Hey there! Welcome back to Reddit Dating, best channel for cheating stories. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel for more spicy stories.
After I fell asleep, my wife of 5+ years cheated on me with my best friend, best man. I'm not sure where to start with this. I guess I'll start with some background. My wife has had weekend commitments before, mostly kissing another dude 2 years prior to our wedding after we were engaged, kissing a girl from her work who was super and flirtatious with her while drunk, a major incident during our honeymoon, drunk, possibly drugged, hospital couldn't conclude any forced activities/drugs. And I knew my friend through a mutual friendship, and we became very close very fast. I've forgiven her for everything and gave her space as she went through counseling for the honeymoon incident. And I've always been thankful the previous 5 years. Until the weekend before last. I came away from the city a year and a half ago to help revitalize the farm and support our grandparents, who are aging and becoming feeble. This was a significant change in our way of life. Every couple of weeks, my best friend makes the 2-hour drive from the city to spend the weekend with me, and then returns on Sundays. We used to hang out as a group virtually every weekend while I lived in the city. And honestly, with the pandemic, it's been good to have someone to spend out with every few weeks who isn't in our personal circle. Now, I've known the guy for nearly 10 years, only 2 years fewer than my wife, and he's been a great buddy. There have been a few unusual times where the two of us have had almost tension. But I'm not bior, and I didn't think he was either until I saw what happened this weekend. I work really hard in the cottage core life, getting up at 4:30 every day, and going to bed at 8 or 9 most evenings. We were drinking, and I became exhausted and sleepy. I decided to go to bed early because they were up playing video games and looking at paint colors for the walls of our house. And the overall camaraderie that usually occurs when he comes over. Apparently, after a period of drinking, things came to light as my friend was asking questions like, would I ever be interested in a or more of a poly relationship? These inquiries caused bioshock in my wife, and I believe she was dismissive of the questions, but not dismissive of the situation. And they keep discussing about my friend's background, including when he thought he might be or bi, which reportedly led to them making out, which led to 4 of them playing, and nothing more happened, according to my friend, after I questioned him about the night in question, and he also revealed that he has had deep feelings for me for the last couple of years, more than simply a friend. My wife claims she doesn't remember much of it, due to heavy drinking, claiming she blocked out most of the night, and has been trying to put it together since she told me about it about a week later. My friend says she was quite coherent and appeared into it, which irritates me, and when I got up about 11:30 to pee, I discovered he was still up. They were totally closed at the time, and I had a talk with the both of them about her going to bed since we work in the morning. I'm not sure if it was simply my instinctive skepticism of strange things happening the next day, but something seemed amiss to me the next day. But neither of them told me what happened, and one only told me when pressed. According to her, my wife felt terrible about the scenario, and was disgusted with herself, and she has been having a difficult time coming to grips with the event and her conduct. I'm not sure what to think about this issue. I figured I could talk to you guys as a neutral party, because I feel quite isolated in my capacity to communicate about this with other people. I don't want my family to find out, so I can't talk to them, and I don't have any other friends with whom I feel close enough to chat save the one engaged in the incident. I just feel deceived by both of them, but oddly, I only feel intense rage towards my buddy and hurt by my wife. Story number 2. After a night of drinking with boys, I kicked my girlfriend out. I, 24 male, booted out a 5-year-old girlfriend, 24 female, for not returning home until 9:30 a.m. after a night of partying. Is that too harsh? Afternoon all, this is my first post here, so please correct me if I'm wrong. For the past 5 years, my girlfriend and I have been dating. She recently went out with her girlfriend 27F for after-work drinks on a Friday, and refused to invite me. We've recently moved to this city, and she has old friends and relatives here. I wasn't happy about it because in my own country, she was always invited when I went out with my friends. Anyway, she's not me, and I assume people do things differently. She effectively avoids me the entire night by stating that she'd be at one location, and then another when I arrived with my companions. When I've had a few too many, I'm a lightweight, I feel like a duck and head home, while she continues on with her pals, as has happened before. Except this time she stays out till 9:30 a.m., then comes home and says she messed up and is sorry, and she stayed on the couch at her friend's boyfriend's, sorry, don't know how old he is, but he's a male, house. I'm not sure I believe her account. Why would she get out of the cab to third wheel it with her buddy and boyfriend? Logically, I believe there would have been a motivation for her to walk up to the apartment and fall asleep, perhaps a guy she was interested in, or perhaps this entire story is a cover for whatever she was truly doing. In any case, this tale is riddled with holes the size of a colander. I kicked her out of our apartment, and she spent the previous 2 nights with her parents. I told her she couldn't walk all over me and get away with it. Before she went, she stated that she would no longer go out without me, and that she would refrain from drinking for a few months if necessary. I agreed, but then I wondered what type of relationship that is. As a result, I asked her to leave. Now I miss her and don't know whether to welcome her back, or if that would send the wrong message, or if I was too harsh. Do I keep my ground and hope she gets her act together and returns, or do I risk losing her by being a jerk, or do I give up and let her come home? My head is a mess and my work is suffering. It's only been 2 days, and all I know is that I miss her, but she screwed up, and I'm not sure whether to accept her narrative. I'd like to say for your information, there was an incident a few months ago where she went to the beach at night with her ex-boyfriend, 27M, and this same female friend from work drinks, who we'll call Susie for the sake of anonymity, and returned with no pants on, only underwear, and his shirt wrapped around her waist after I had begged her to come home for hours over the phone and seriously considered suicide. Called my mom overseas, asked her to wire me some flight money the next day. I arrived to the airport, where my girlfriend called to say she didn't think I should depart, and that she thought our relationship still had a future. To be fair, her jeans were ripped before I rushed away, thus why she said she ditched them, but it's still not acceptable. They had a strange love triangle thing in college where the ex-boyfriend cheated on my girlfriend with this Susie, who appears to be involved in all our relationship troubles, but now they're almost besties. On one occasion, I started the night out with them, but left after the ex told me he thought he was better for her and Susie told me my girlfriend was confused and didn't know what she wanted. I tend to flee when I'm drunk, so I was disappointed when she didn't follow me that time. I'm not sure why we were out with her ex in the first place, but she agreed not to see him again in order to salvage our relationship, and as far as I know, she's kept her word on that one. We've since gotten to a better place in our relationship, or so I thought. Susie, by the way, is attractive and is known to be easygoing. She is unemployed and lives with her parents indefinitely. I admit she's a lot of fun to spend out with, but I'm not sure why my girlfriend still goes out with her. I'm not sure whether it matters, but my girlfriend is a pretty girl, and she's been wanting me to put a ring on it for a while. I've gained a little weight since we moved here, now 96 kilograms. Used to be a lean 85 kilograms with somewhat less muscle, but I'm slowly working off the extra fat, and I've secured a nice job here. Any advice would be greatly appreciated, but please be gentle because I'm in a semi-vulnerable situation right now and haven't told anyone about it yet, so I felt it'd be safer to post online anonymously. S.